Cambodia has begun to press the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan to document how it acquired dozens of Khmer Empire antiquities that Cambodian officials, citing new evidence, believe were looted during the country's decades of war and tumult.
Here's a summary of the article.
October 24, 2021, 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Cambodia has begun to press the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan to document how it acquired dozens of Khmer Empire antiquities that Cambodian officials, citing new evidence, believe were looted during the country's decades of war and tumult. Cambodian officials said they have developed a spreadsheet of 45, highly significant, items at the Met that the evidence suggests were stolen before being donated or sold to the museum. Officials with the U.S. Attorney's Office, which has previously assisted Cambodia in recovering illicit antiquities, met with museum staff members last week to request they review the provenance of a number of the items, Cambodian officials said. Federal officials declined to comment on any discussion with the museum's staff, and the Met would not address the specifics of what Cambodian officials are describing as a rigorous new effort to reclaim their cultural heritage. The artifacts were acquired by the Met between the years 1977 and 2003, according to the research by Cambodian officials. In addition to the 45 items listed on the spreadsheet, Cambodian officials said they had questions about roughly 150 other artifacts in the Met's collections that left Cambodia between 1970 and 2000, 3 decades during which the nation was torn apart by war, genocide, and political upheaval. While the Met objects are a priority for Cambodian officials because of the museum's stature and the breadth of its collection, the country's culture minister said the nation is embarking on a far wider worldwide hunt for antiquities identified by Lyon and others.
This post received a score of 5,300, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The Cambodian people should get their relics back. But I wouldn't trust their government in safeguarding their culture. PM Hun Sen is former Khmer Rouge and basically a dictator. He's been in power since 1985.
Preach. Fuck Hun Senator, he's the reason I would never allow my mom to make a return permanently. Cambodians have been trying to get rid of him for years.
Touring Angkor Wat is just so amazing, and the Khmer take preserving it for everyone really seriously. The Khmer are just amazing people, and they really look to their history as part of their national identity. Basically that and the recentness of the event make this case a little different than ones where all guilty parties would be long deceased. I admit I have bias, but I feel this claim has more relevance, clout than others I've read in recent months.
So what you're saying is that you went on a holiday in Cambodia.
It's tough, kid, but it's life.
Get in line behind Egypt, Syria, and Iraq. They've had zero luck getting antiquities back from France and the UK.
Throw South Korea into the list, which is one of the most successful post-colonial nation today. France, US, and Japan have a lot of Korean artifacts in their museums or private collections that they refuse to give back. Growing up, I would watch documentaries of treasures taken from different countries, and always wondered when there would enough public pressure to force countries to give back items that didn't rightfully belong to them. I am glad to be alive to see this starting to happen. History books claim that people were savages or tribal, wearing loin cloths and having no culture, as reasons to steal the people or take over the land and steal their treasures. This is why historical claims need to be cross-referenced and verified across different sources.
I'm unimpressed by this tone of screaming like chastity raped, given that high officialdom has been on the take. Local and foreign entities have pillaged every conceivable asset, be it human, animal, natural, or cultural. The local corrupt have been on the take. Where the F was Hun Sen's government or the royalist factions 25 years ago? Probably trading it for cash to fund the next Mercedes.
The Khmer Rouge was experiencing war and tumult. Is war and tumult a new euphemism for committed genocide? If Hitler had a bunch of German oil paintings that were looted from the Nazi elite by the Russians liberating Berlin, should Russia be obligated to return them?
Cultural treasures like these are often destroyed during wars, so it's probably for the best that they were stolen and preserved. That said, ownership should remain with the country of origin. Maybe some kind of joint venture can be created where these types of cultural treasures can travel the world for part of the year so they can be seen and enjoyed by everyone, but with all profits going to the country of origin.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.